I'm taking a walk. Bye.
Fancy meeting you here. Thanks for joining. Another beautiful day. Nice little walk. Well, it's actually quite brisk and chilly out, but I've got my nice down Kathmandu jacket keeping me warm. You know, I thought I'd be original by getting one of these. Turns out everybody has one. Literally. Like 1 in 5 people. Men and women. They all have these. So there was obviously a huge sale. So I'm not standing out from the crowd, I'm just joining it. Seems I'm conformed. I was just thinking today, I was accused recently of thinking too much. That's bizarre. How can you think too much? That literally separates us from like bread. But anyway, you think about things, and my mind was churning, and I suppose I was walking around and seeing a lot of elderly folks. I won't say old people, that's not the appropriate nomenclature. Retirees, that doesn't sound right either. Mature age people, if that's the correct thing. And if anyone is of mature age watching this, by all means, please give me feedback. That's what I like to do. I love to have a chat, love to talk about any subject, provoke a conversation and thoughts. But my thoughts surrounded what happens in this day and age as you start to get older. And I know it's not something you should dwell on, but it is something that you start thinking about, whether you're middle-aged or any age. You start to think about, what are my plans? What am I gonna do? Will there be enough money and time? And how will I be placed at that point? And look, you should enjoy the now. You shouldn't dwell on the future, but unfortunately, you do have to kind of make plans sometimes. And there's a lot of factors to that. Some of it is money. Not everybody is a Wall Street millionaire or a doctor or a lawyer who has had the benefit of some cash windfall. Sometimes you can work your whole life at a 9 to 5, work your ass off. But at the end, it just didn't line up correctly. I mean, that happens. So I was just thinking, you know, is it a stressful thing? Should it be a stressful thing? Should you just go with the flow? Roll with life? Or do you have to start thinking about these things? And it's also different these days. I feel like the older generation is not appreciated as much, and they're just sort of cast aside. I saw a lot of them today, singles and couples, just sort of wandering around aimlessly, like zombies. I know that sounds harsh. I'm not trying to offend or be mean. These are just the thoughts in my head. But I don't want to get to that point where I've waited my whole life to finally pursue my dreams and passions and adventures because I've worked hard and now that's the reward. But your body is tired, your mind may be gone. Again, I'm not saying that this happens to everybody. I'm just going through scenarios that are in my head. Everybody's different. There's millions of paths that we all take, and they can lead you anywhere, but I'm just thinking sometimes you see trends, and it seems a bit sad. I feel like in the older days, the mature generation were treasured and cherished and utilized as the patriarchs or matriarchs, and as they got older, they had that life wisdom that they would pass on to the younger generation. They were part of the family. They were still a pivotal part of the family, the backbone of the family. And again, I know it sounds like I'm reaching, but I don't think it's the same today. I feel as you get older, you are cast out a bit and discriminated against. I think age discrimination is a real thing. I know I'm not thinking about it, but I feel as you do start to get over the hump, even in, say, your 50s, and again, it's not necessarily how you look or how you come across. It could be anything. People do start to judge you in a different way, and that's sort of sad, because if that person is capable and they've got the brains and a personality, they have so much to offer, but it gets dismissed. And I wouldn't want that happen to me or anybody. But I feel that's what happens these days, and I know a lot of mature age people are turning to the sort of nomad life, the RV life. That's nothing new to me. I grew up in a town in the US. It was surrounded by snowbirds. We call them snowbirds, winter visitors. Essentially, you know, maybe cashed in the house or whatever, and drawing on their pension, and they bought a beautiful RV or Airstream or trailer, whatever they could afford, whatever lifestyle they wanted to do on the road, and let their pension dollar stretch a lot further. Now that seems like everyone seems to think that's something new. Even I'm following YouTube channels, and they're great. I love them. Some of the younger generation, they're in their 20s, maybe their 30s. They're tech nomadics, still working, but doing it from the road, and that's fantastic. I'm 100% intrigued in that, believe me. I think of that as a path for myself. Sometimes I do. I can see it. I can see how that works. To have that freedom of mobility to travel around America and live each day with a new adventure, but still working, or maybe you're not. Maybe you are retired and doing it. That is fantastic, to be flexible and nimble and live that minimalist life. And then your pension money, which is getting smaller these days, or harder to make it stretch, you could live like a king. You don't have to want for anything. You can still eat well and live well. You're doing it differently, in an alternative path, rather than a home, or you're still spending it on your mortgage, or you're still paying out huge bills. So my point is that that's nothing new. That's been around for ages, like since the 50s. Like I say, I grew up in a town where I used to make fun because I was young. I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I thought these people just came and used the town and then left, but that trend has actually gotten bigger. And now that is almost a preferred lifestyle for many people in the US, because money is getting so tight. And jobs, and just that whole world is just getting more complicated and more difficult. Certain jobs, so many jobs are automated. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but all these things are developing so quickly. And maybe it has in the past, but I still feel like the next 20 years could see, I don't know, fewer and fewer jobs, and money getting even tighter. So all that being said, that's a particular lifestyle that my point is people have chosen for many years and are choosing now to live well and have their money stretch. So my point is do you wait to that point when you retire to do that? Do you do it earlier? Is that the only way? Is that lifestyle the only way to retire and still have the freedom to enjoy your life, rather than being bogged down by bills and money, and you feel you feel like you finally get to that point of freedom and you're now in a new cage, a cage of money restrictions. So again, that's just one of my thoughts of many as to what happens when you start to get older and what should you plan for. Again, I like to do this to get some feedback and conversations. So by all means, please leave a message, and I'd love to follow up. But yeah, and also the part about the mature age generation being sort of cast out as if they have no value. They have every value. They have more value. Well, not more, but the same with more experience and life skills. And that says a lot. If you are someone who has accomplished, and I don't just mean a job, accomplished life, and you do have something to give. So, I mean, that's what I would want for when I am older. I still would want to keep learning, keep going on journeys, keep meeting people, finding out their stories, passing on my story, mixing all those together, and keep going on that journey of life. I mean, maybe I answered my own question. Maybe that's all you can do, is live each day. You can only plan so far ahead, and the rest is just life. It's just karma. It's just the universe unfolds like it will. We're all just on it. But these days, I feel like you have to put a little bit more thought into what is really going to happen when you are, I'm talking 70s and 80s, but even 60s. Let's say you can't access your pension till you're 65, sometimes later now. That's a long time, and it's a good thing. You want to. God, hope forbid anybody doesn't live to that point, but you want to live to that mature age and longer. But it still costs money. That's what sucks. Money doesn't throw me at all, but money still, unfortunately, makes the world go round. It pays for the things that you want to do. I'm sorry, but it does. Even if you're living that nomadic life, or you're living in a van and you're living minimalist, you still need something. It's windy. You need an income, you need the means to do those things like keep warm and eat. The basics. Food, water, survival. And that's not a life, so beyond that is comforts and creature comforts. Like the RVs and the trailers and the Airstreams, which some of them are beautiful. You can live off grid, have solar, propane, and believe me, I'm fascinated with all that stuff because it's totally doable and people are doing it now. And it is fantastic. Families, children, single people, married people, pets. I've seen them with cats, dogs. I've seen bunnies, all in their RVs or trailers, or Winnebagos, traveling around the U.S., living that nomadic lifestyle. Some still working, telecommuting. That is fantastic. I must say that we live in a world that is flexible like that. Couldn't have done that decades ago. To be able to work remotely, to be technically advanced in your skills enough to do that, is fantastic. But again, that's one lifestyle. That's not for everybody. It's not going to work for everybody. So, what are the other options? What do you do? And is it as simple as having someone to love, something to do, and something to look forward to? I mean, I'm breaking down life into the most simplest terms. Is that all you need? Again, I'm probably getting too deep into it, but these are the things you think about when you are sort of past the hump, which I admit I am. I also don't want to just live each day dwelling on the future. That destroys your present, but you shouldn't ignore it because it's coming. So I guess like anything, a happy medium, a balance. That is the whole point of life too, is that balance, so you don't go one way or the other. Panic about your future, panic about things in the past, which is easy to do, which you obviously can't change, or things so far in the future you can't affect it. So why let it affect your mental state of right now when you should just be enjoying the day, enjoying the beautiful day? But unfortunately, I do have a brain and it does think sometimes, most of the time. So you think about these things. What do you do? When should you plan? Should you plan? Should you just plan money? I don't know. An exit plan if something doesn't work, an alternative plan. And it's not always about money, but some of it is. Money can add quite a padding to secure you. But yeah, I feel sad. Like I say, I don't want to end up with a lot of the zombies. I know that sounds like a mean word to use, but sometimes I feel some older generations, they look like that, wandering around, lost and sad, rather than looking back on an accomplished life with family and friends, and enjoying, I don't want to say sunset years, that sounds cheesy to you, but the next stage of your life. And it doesn't mean an ending, it just means the next stage, where you can still be active if you can. If your body allows it, you do it. You do what you can, but things are going to start changing. That's life. That is part of life. That's the circle of life. Another cheesy saying, but it begins and it ends, and there are different struggles all the way along. Mine is just thinking about those struggles towards the end, as well as good things, as well as triumphs and new joys, new adventures. All those people in the nomadic RV lifestyle, that's a whole group unto itself. I've seen those people. They get together and they are now all on a similar path, so they talk about their lives before and their life now, and where they're going next. Hey, let's meet up, let's do this. So yeah, that's a whole new adventure. So certainly there's hope, but I'm just curious what others' thoughts are on that sort of subject. Getting older in the modern age, getting older in today's technologically advanced world, which can help you. You can live off grid, don't have to pay an electric bill, and have solar, and there are amazing benefits today, but there are also new struggles, and a lot of them is money and the way society treats you. Yeah, so one of the things that actually has sparked me to think about this is recently there's been quite a few ads on TV about life insurance or funeral expenses. They start off so positive. The older couple is loading the car, dad's putting the bike in, sending the kid off to college. The kid says, you know, Dad, it's never too early to start thinking about funeral insurance. What the hell? And then the wife agrees. He's right, hon. We don't want to be a burden on anybody. Okay. This escalated quickly. What happened here? All right, how about I load your bike in, I give you the check for college, and we'll chat about this when I'm not completely deflated and depressed. How's that? But yeah, that's what happens. They're starting to target that generation and starting to tell them to prepare so you're not a burden on everybody. Is it really that complicated? When I die, wrap me up in a burlap bag, chuck me in a hole, put dirt on it, throw a stone there, etch in my name, he lived, he died. I'll fertilize the tree. It's all good. But it's not. It is complicated. It is expensive. Funeral homes, man. Death and taxes. That's 100% accurate. That's a gig that's ongoing. It is expensive, the whole deal. So I get it, but it's still a daunting, overwhelming thing to start thinking about. And those ads play it off like it's such a light subject. It's not. It's serious. But yeah, so those are some of the things that sparked me to think about what it's like to be of mature age in the world today, in America or anywhere, but especially America in such turbulent times, and technology changing so fast, jobs changing, money changing, the way money is, what money is, the value of it. revolve around getting older and what that adventure looks like. So I'm just curious. I hope to have a chat again. Maybe I'll get some feedback on this. Drop me a line, add a comment, and give me some insights. And when I have more information, I'll have a think about it. We'll talk again. So I hope you enjoyed my little rant, and enjoy the day, enjoy your life. Don't think too much about the future like I am right now. Think fondly of the past, share it with friends and family, be aware of the future, but enjoy the now. If it's cheesy, alright, don't listen to me, don't watch, but that's what I think. You just have to balance it out so you don't dwell on any one thing too much. Do as I say, not as I do, because right now I am dwelling on things. That's alright, that's why I'm here, to start these conversations, and let's get smarter, let's get happier, let's get balanced. Alright, check out more stuff on Paradigm TV. Lots of vlogs and mashups and great videos, and hope you enjoy. I'll keep making more. Alright, catch you later. Bye.